All right, Harry. In Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 1, it says, "Go up and down the streets of Jerusalem, look around and consider, search through her squares. If you can find but one person who deals honestly and seeks the truth, I will forgive this city." And we go to find out that the city got destroyed, so there wasn't one person there. But what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, that verse for the last 20 years is one of the most stunning verses in my Bible. God's talking to Jeremiah. He tells Jeremiah to search the one and only holy city in the world and to find one honest person searching for truth. And God will forgive the city. Wow, what a promise. And it didn't happen.
Hmm.
In Genesis 18, we read about Abram negotiating with God for Sodom and Gomorrah. He negotiated them from 50 down to 10 righteous people to forgive those cities. And and that didn't happen. But this is Jerusalem looking for one person.
Yeah, this is supposed to
And
be a holy place, right? We're not talking
yeah,
about Sodom and Gomorrah, which would be like the equivalent of
yeah.
Sin City today in our times.
And so the criteria is dealing honestly and searching for truth. Justin, do you deal honestly?
I believe I do. I try to is the best way
Yeah.
to say.
And seek truth.
That is one thing I can would credit myself and say that I'm always open to hear the other side, or the other side of the coin, shall we say, his opinion on a certain matter. And most of the time, even if I don't agree with them at a time, I will, for a couple hours afterwards, be searching. I'm like, what does this mean, or what did this person say? And it's led me into really, and I've changed my mind many times on things. I was like, oh well, I was definitely wrong on that part.
Yeah, yeah. Do Christians today deal honestly? And I believe that some do.
Hmm.
Do Christians today seek truth? Not as many. And
Hmm.
because I have the truth, everybody believes. See, I received Christ when I was 16. God, Jesus, God, truth works well. I'm a Baptist or a Catholic or whatever. I'm not disparaging that.
And
Then we,
it's one more thing, Harry, what people do, and I find this is like, let's say they're a Baptist, they believe what the pastor has told them, and therefore that's their truth. Instead of seeking it out on their own, it's this analogy, right? It's called the 99 to 1 rule, where 99, 100 people hear a message and 99 just take it for face value, but only one goes back and does research to see if it's true or not. And I would encourage people to be that 1%, that one person who goes and genuinely seeks truth.
so if a person's been a Christian for 10 years, should he still be searching for truth?
I think it's a daily thing.
Yeah, yeah. In my farming days, every year I would spend hundreds of hours searching for better truths. Not that there were better truths, but how to find that little this or that or whatever to just be a better farmer. In the last 30 years, I have spent hundreds of hours each year looking for a better Jesus truth. And I am so grateful for that. It has, and every year I shift the post just a little bit. But like the verse in Isaiah 55:9, as far as the heavens are above the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. But God and Jesus want to reveal their truth to us, and
We have to seek it, right? That's the whole thing.
yeah,
It's like we can't just,
yeah,
because I like the verse where Jesus says, "I came to give sight to those who are blind and blind those who think they can see." And that's something we always encourage people to pray. Like when we talk to them at the Bible study, we say,
yeah.
ask for the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Because when we can humble ourselves and admit that we don't know everything, right? But we want to, and we want to learn. That's where that verse ties into us, where He gives you that sight and He gives you that vision.
That's a standard prayer of mine, is to give me eyes to see and ears to hear. Also, I often ask them, I said, if I'm believing something that's wonky, isn't right, please don't leave me there. I
Mhm.
want to see, I want to understand, because there's the mysteries that Paul talks about in the gospel. And the concept of how great God is compared to where we are. He wants to reveal this to us. And it isn't about this denomination or that. It's to just grasp who he is and who God is, and to understand more clearly, and to have that peace and joy that comes with understanding who the Lord is, and to just fall in love with him, and to appreciate the perfectness of his teaching of the gospel. Jesus, what Jesus taught is so sensible and so practical and so perfect. But the more we think about it, the more sense it makes. And I just love pondering that and looking for that, and going back to this Jeremiah 5, to Jesus. God said there wasn't one person in Jerusalem that would dealt honestly and search for truth. Fascinating. It's our
Hmm.
job, all of us, to do that, I believe.
Amen. I appreciate that. Thank you, Harry.